Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey with the series about the channels. And here we have the 2551 channel of initiation, part of the individual circuit group, and part of the minor circuit of the centering group. So it is one of the channels that empowers really individuation and can be very mutative. It is a projected channel, unlike the 3410, the other channel of the centering circuit. So here, it's not about empowering the behavior which allows following your own convictions. Here, it's about recognition and invitation to initiation. And the whole magic of individuality is all about that, to be invited to be yourself, to not interfere. And any individual, when you really ask them from their heart, what do they want? They want non-interference. And so they can be themselves and they can just be freaky. And that's what the art of initiation is all about. It's to be yourself. And anybody who is walking around living their definition, type, and authority are being themselves. And on the mystical level, this means being initiated into finding yourself, being the shaman, the priestess. This is this channel of the shamanic walk, of being initiated into finding yourself and being yourself. And on the mundane level, that's deep competitiveness. And it is needing to be first, and it can make us as humanity want to be, faster, evolutional competitiveness, which enables us to leap and to jump at the recognition of potential of mutation. And when there is recognition that there is a possibility for potential, the scientists would, for instance, jump a leap in the deep without knowing what's going to happen. Then you're always going to be shocked. There's always going to be a shock. And yet it is what moves us forward and maintains our evolutionary movement through initiation into initiating into ourselves and initiating others and empowering them to be themselves as well. So here in this channel, initiation becomes an art. This is the ability to recognize the potential of individuation and the potential of being first when it's you're recognized to take that leap. This is the only channel not tribal, which is connected in the ego circuit, and yet it represents the deep relationship between the tribe and the individual. The shaman and the priestess connects the tribal to the spiritual, and it's part of the mystical way as well, of kind of breaking the bond with the mundane and through the blood connect to the spiritual, to the higher self in the G center. The self-mastery and mastery of the world go hand in hand. And the shaman, the priestess, connects the tribe to the spiritual world and to, like, physically and metaphysically, to change and to mutation and to transformation and to transcendence, which encounters the universal consciousness. We have here the universal love, the 25th gate, the gate of innocence, as well as the gate of shock, the 51st gate. So the higher self is connected to the competitive gate of shock and of uh, initiation. And this initiation cannot happen with starting and initiating things. You have to be invited into this initiation. Otherwise, you can get resentment and bitterness. And if you're not recognized for the transcendent empowering potential, the arousing, the ability to respond to disorder and shock through recognition and adaptation is there. And this is the channel which helps us penetrate um, and to bring a message to the world as a clarion via often a shock to the new and the fire of innocence, which burns you down to your core so that your authenticity can come out. So it's a channel which, as part of the centering circuit, is bringing more individuality to the chart, and it's teaching us that it's worth to follow and to fight for your own convictions by being yourself, because that's the main initiation. Being authentic. This is the most empowering thing, and accepting that others also need to be left alone and to be recognized for their uniqueness and individuation, to invite them into the initiation of the self, thus being super empowering. And the spirit of the self is what is at the end of this lane of shock. So this is really a very interesting channel, which shows us that no matter what happens to us, no matter the circumstances, if we're true to ourselves, we can go through any shock. We can go through any arousing difficulties and stay centered and stay individual and use this creative power of the individual circuitry to create and be shamanic and be spiritual. And the most spiritual and shamanic way is your way, nobody else's way. It's your way. This is what human design empowers us to be ourselves, centered in our truth, and find that shaman and priestess within ourselves, because each and one of us carries that higher self, that higher shamanism and spiritualness. We're not in a seven-centered world anymore, guys. We are in the nine-centered world, and we need not only survival of our immediate physical needs, we need survival of the soul and development of the soul. And we are here for the expansion of consciousness, for the development and acceptance and being with the flow, not fighting against it, yet being connected to the highest self, and thus being centered to who we are. This is Veronica with Human Design Journey. And if you would like to know more about the other channels, you can like and subscribe. If you liked it, like it, so I know, and comment please if you want. Do you want to comment? And if you have this channel, or if you know somebody with this channel, do you have any insights yourself about the 5125 or the centering circuit, and or anything you would like to share about initiation and invitation to initiation? I'll be glad to see that in the comments, guys. And if you want to get personal reading or partnership analysis, or for your loved ones, or if you're in any stage of your life where you need some support, I'm here for you to, if invited, and I respond to be your guide into living your authenticity and living your design, and supporting you on this very brave path of being initiated into who you are, not who anybody else wants you to be or is used to be to you to be, but to live out your destiny, to live out your life purpose. And I'm here to support you with that. So you can find me on my socials. Everything is Human Design Journey at gmail.com, or humandesignjourney.com as my website, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, there. So if you want more, please find me. Would you like to? And I'll be back with more. Bye for now.